Hi guys, my name is Guy and today I am going to do a challenge of me beating Pokemon Emerald with only Dustox and Beautifly. Before we start the challenge, let me walk you through the rules. So I can only use Dustox and Beautifly for battles. All the Pokemon are allowed for each air moves, no cheats or glitches, and no items during the battle. Okay, so let's try the battle. So I have to use a randomizer program to modify the game in order to have Wormhole as my starter. After the first battle with a few tackles, I managed to win and headed to the first battle with May. Unfortunately, I forgot to record the fight, but it wasn't very difficult. Then I helped Wally catch his first Pokemon so I could start my adventure to the first gym. So in the forest, I catch my second Pokemon which was Cascoon and train him to level 10 to fight Roxanne. I've no idea if I pronounced the name correctly or not. Because her Pokemon know Rock Tomb, it was a big threat for me. I actually lost a few times before deciding to grind to level 24, and after that I defeated her with Mega Drain and also helped me to gain some HP, otherwise I would have lost the battle with 2 Rock Tombs. The fight was a lot harder than I was expecting. But before I get to the next city, I have to rebattle with my rival May. This time she was a bit stronger but not strong enough to defeat me. I simply used gusts and confusions and the battle was like a walk in a park. Next, I challenged the gym leader Brawly with his fighting type Pokemon. I had no problem defeating him at all. My job went down with only one side beam, and a few side beams would take Meditate down. He kept using super potions to heal, which was a little bit annoying. My Kuhita didn't do much damage. With side beam, I could easily win the battle. And then I went to Watson for the next gym battle. But before that, I needed to fight Wally, as he wanted to prove to his uncle that he was stronger now. But he wasn't at all. Sorry, Willie. Then I challenged Watson and it was brutally difficult. Voltorb and Electrike were not a problem at all. Magneton was a killer. As I have no moves against Steel type Pokemon, as you can see my Pokemon did only little damage and Magneton could sweep my Pokemon out so easily. I knew that I had to grind to level up a little bit before I could beat him. At this point, I spent nearly 3 hours and all of my Pokemon were level 39 and his 3 first Pokemon weren't a problem again. This time Magneton went down a bit easier with Silverwind cause it did a lot of damage. I went to the 4th gym leader, Flannery, Fire type Pokemon. I finished her normal with only one side beam. Slugma took a little bit longer since one side beam could not finish her off. And C also used Hyper Potion, but eventually I took him out without any difficulties. Her Torkoal was a threat with the move Overheat, and it was nearly lost, but I used Moonlight to heal and she stopped using Overheat and eventually I got a critical hit as well as confused her Pokemon. And I finally took the Pokemon down with another side beam. Finally, Camerupt and this Pokemon was a bit tankier. I used Charm but I managed to win the battle and earn myself a 4th gym badge. Then I went to see my dad for the next gym battle. Spinner confused and caused a lot of damage to me, but I kept using Moonlight to heal and took this Pokemon down with a few side beams. Vigoroth went down with only 2 side beams and he hit himself with a confusion. Linoon, I have no idea how to pronounce the name, caused a ton of damage to the stocks and I knew that I needed to heal for Slaking, otherwise I would have lost the battle. Fortunately, Slaking kept looking around and didn't do anything, so I switched to Chew and used Attract to avoid more damage. And finally, with Giga Drain and Silverwind, I took this monkey down and have my way to Elite Four closer. Then I encountered May again. Her Pelipper took some time and it kept using Protect and Confuse Ray, but I took her out with full HP. Combustion was a threat, so I decided to use Attract to avoid damage and slowly took him out with Giga Drain and Silverwind. Lombre went down easily with only Silverwind and it was super effective. After that, I had to identify Kecleon in order to battle Winona. Her Pokemon, well, wasn't very strong as I could swept her team out with only side beam, and healed whenever I needed with moonlight or sunlight. I even used toxic and caused more damage if I needed, but unto Scammery. I know this Pokemon was going to be a killer, and as you can see, Psybeam didn't do any damage, and so did Silverwind. It took me quite a long time for the battle, and eventually I could finish her off with Chew. I really hated Steel-type Pokemon in this challenge. Then I needed to help Steven to beat Team Magma. I was so tired, so I hit Metang accidentally with a Silver Wind. The battle was kind of difficult seeing Camerupt's new rock slide, and it took down my Beautifly. But the rest of the team was easy as I could take Mayana down with Silver Wind and Crobat down with Psybeam. And now a battle with Ikea before waking Kiori up. Mayana went down with 3 Silver Winds and Crobat finished my Dustox as I stupidly used Silver Wind on it. Then I switched to Chew and finished the rest of Ikea's team with Giga Drain and Silver Winds. Now Han was in danger and I was responsible for waking up Rayquaza. I really love this scene. I think this is so far the best scenes in the entire Pokemon world. After that, I could challenge the final gym leader, Leader Horn, Water-type Pokemon. I was kind of confident seeing my Pokemon know some Grass-type moves, which is super effective against Water-type Pokemon, but I used the stocks to cause damage as possible before I sent you out. Kingdra was a little bit annoying as I let him set up a few double team. I tried to potion him but he kept using rest to heal, and it took me quite a long time to finish him off with a lot of side beams plus Toxic. Finally, with Crawdaunt, I used Chew and 1 Giga Drain could do the job. Before I headed to Elite 4, I had to rebattle Wooly again. Silly, I don't know. He is really a threat with his level 4 Magneton, to be honest. I lost like 5 to 6 times to this Magneton, and I knew that I had no other ways but grinding. Fortunately, the cave had a lot of high level Pokemon, so I managed to reach level 62 before I rebattle Wooly again. It really took me quite a long time to train my Pokemon. Although I was level 62, Chew went down with only 2 shock waves, and I knew that the stocks could have spent a long time taking this Pokemon down. So I decided to play safe, and I kept healing with Moonlight and hitting him with Psybeam. The stocks had a highest defense, so Magneton couldn't do so much damage. After this Pokemon, the rest of Wooly's team went down so easily with Silver Wind. That was such a brutal battle. So with level 80, I managed to win the first 3 elites easily, only with Giga Drain and Silver Winds as you can see. And I also taught Chew Shadow Ball to battle Phoebe, and it was super effective. All of her Pokemon went down with only 1 Shadow Ball. But I wanted to save the move, so I switched the stocks out sometimes with Toxic and Psybeam, and I won the battle effortlessly with this level. Glacier was easy as her Pokemon type were Ice and Water, so Chew could easily murder all of her team with Giga Drain, but I didn't have much Elixir left, so I needed to be strategic and swept the stocks at some point to save some PB. And her biggest Pokemon was Whirlwind, and now I decided to use Giga Drain, and with only 2 PB I won the battle. However, here comes the biggest challenge with Drake. Shelgon new Rock Tomb, and it really threatens my Dustox, so I needed to heal just to be safe. Autoria wasn't very difficult as I took this Pokemon out with only side beams. I healed again with Flying Gun as I didn't want to take any risks. Fortunately, Earthquake didn't do much damage, and I finished the Pokemon with only Silver Wind. And finally, Salamence again. I really hated this Pokemon since it knew Rock Slide, and it was super effective to both of my Pokemon. I lost the stocks and it healed with a full restore after being poisoned. He hit me with a Rock Slide and left me with only 36 HP. Fortunately, I could finish him off with a Shadow Ball. Game Drought wasn't a problem as I could heal with Giga Drain and survived up to one serve, and then finished the battle with another Giga Drain. Finally, Wallace, the champion of Hand. With Wild Lord, I decided to use Dustox with a combo of Toxic and Side Beams. It was really effective and I took this Pokemon out quite easily. The same happened for Wish Cash, and after a while I managed to take it out, but I was in low HP, so I decided to heal with Moonlight when facing Tentacruel. It missed its Hydro Pump and I used Psychic, which nearly finished him, but he survived as 2 HP and used a full restore. I knew this Pokemon wasn't a challenge, so I kept spamming Silver Wind and Psychic. I was saving Chew for the rest of Wallace's team, as Chew has a really high special attack but low defense. Ludicolo got poisoned with Toxic, and I healed after he used Surf on me. I used one Silver Wind and defeated the Pokemon easily. Gyarados went down with a few Psychics, then I faced the last Pokemon of Wallace, Milotic. I managed to poison the Pokemon, but it kept healing with Recover, and as you could see, Toxic caused a lot of damage each turn. But eventually I ran out of PP and he healed with a full restore, so I used the stocks to cause as much damage as possible before sending Chew out. With Milotic, I kept using Giga Drain, and although it did poison me, I won the battle with only 2 Giga Drain and became the next champion of Hand. But thing didn't finish there. I decided to battle Steven as I wanted to finish the whole challenge like any other YouTubers, so I probably have more views and subscribers, I hope. But I stood no chance at all because his Scammery could easily murder my team. So I trained Beautifly and Dustox to level 100 and tried to use Attract, as I know this is going to be a very effective strategy. And it worked, as I managed to take down Scammery after a countless number of moves because he kept using full restores. I knew that Scammery knew Toxic, and I let Chew help Barry to heal because if my Pokemon ever got poisoned, I would lose the battle. After Scammery, Claydol went down with only 1 Giga Drain because I hit critically, and it also healed my Pokemon to the maximum HP. For the next Pokemon, I kept using Attract and started to use Shadow Ball to decrease its HP, and after a few Shadow Ball, I took this Pokemon down. Armadillo was not a challenge at all as I could use Attract and spammed Shadow Balls till it passed down. Argoon took longer because I didn't expect Steven to use full restore. I calculated very carefully so that Giga Drain could finish this Pokemon just in time. And his final Pokemon was really challenging. Metagross kept using Psychic and Metamash, which could easily overpower my Dustox, so I kept on healing and spamming Psychic till I could finish the Pokemon with Silver Wind, and I got very lucky with a critical hit. And finally I did it. So proud of myself because I thought I would never be able to defeat Steven. Thanks for watching you guys, and forgive me if I mispronounce any words or names of any Pokemon, as I'm not a native speaker. So please comment down below what you think about the challenge, and if you have any suggestion for the next video, please comment and please subscribe for future content. Thank you so much for watching. I am Sky. Bye.